Boom. And we're going to jump in with the one and only, my favorite bureau in the whole wide world, Brooklyn. What's going on, Brooklyn?
What's going on? What's going on, RL and team? Good to be here. Look, I'm stoked, and I just want to make sure you can hear me well.
I can hear
Microphone
you
is
just
also.
fine. Perfectly. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I
Oh,
can.
okay.
I was switching something out. All right, cool. So, I'm a bit shocked. I think I heard it in another AMA. I don't know, but I'm going to ask for clarification.
Hmm.
Is Talkadot
Mm.
sending emails follow-ups to the people who say they could hire me to speak?
If you turned it on, yes.
Yes, it does. And I found this out after I did a keynote last week. And
Yeah.
two people responded and said, "Yes, I loved it." And I was reading the response, the email that supposedly I read. I wrote, and I'm like, I didn't write this. Who wrote this? This is amazing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I literally two people, and then the third person came through as a result of that follow up. I never would have followed. I forget to follow up people, which is terrible. But it's great. So here's my question.
Yep.
First of all, thank you for that. I mean, that's like game changer. I was like so excited. I couldn't believe it. Super game changer because it's written in a nice format and people are responding to it from a sales perspective is really great. My question is, of course,
Yes.
is I can edit that. The
Yeah. So I'll tell you what you can and what you can't do. So what I'm going to do is share my screen so you can see how to access this yourself. So this is your Talkadot dashboard, which everyone knows and loves. If you click on your face and then go down to your account settings, which is here, all you want to do is scroll down to where it says email campaign settings, which are right here. Now, if
yes.
these are by default marked to off. If you'd like for our emails to go out, you just want to turn them to on. So basically, what you can do right now is turn them off or turn them on. If you want to see what's being said in each email, we have
Mm-hmm.
an email that goes out to your booking leads, an email that
Mm-hmm.
goes out to your general email opt-ins, and an
Mm-hmm.
email that goes out to your referral leads. For the booking leads, you can just click view email template and you can see what the email is right here. Now, this email cannot be edited. Okay. The reason why we don't allow you to edit, because a lot of people say, but I want to edit a rel. Why can't I edit it? That's because these emails are coming out from our servers. They're coming from our servers. So if people edit it and then put in words that might get like flagged, like, would you like a free session on my miracle drug that will show you how to lose weight and attract the mate of your dreams? If like those are what's called spam words, it
Mm-hmm.
would actually tank the deliverability for everyone. So because of that reason, we've tried to create a generic follow-up sequence that is good for the generic. Now, if you do want to say, hey, I really don't like these, I'd like to edit these, thank you for doing it, then what we would recommend doing is using our Zapier integration right here. You can set up a Zapier integration. For those of you who don't know how Zapier works, is you can connect Talkadot to like MailChimp or ConvertKit or wherever you send out mass emails from, like one of those systems, and then you can write whichever email that you want and have those automatically go out in whichever voice that you want, and it'll be coming from your name and your listserv, so you can have at it. So you can either automate it with this, or you can automate it in as much as you want with the Zapier integration.
I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna change anything. You know what? All I want to do is to actually maybe add my calendar invite. It don't matter.
No, the
Here,
calendar invite does go. It does go.
it because okay. So that's the bit that
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Is your calendar added where it says meeting link right here?
Okay, hold on.
Because okay, so let me walk through the email. Is it not there?
No, it's not. It's gonna be there right
Okay.
now.
You got to go put your calendar
Oh
link.
my god!
Okay.
Stop the
Okay.
music. All
I'm
right.
glad you're here, Brooklyn. I'm
Oh
glad
my
you're here.
god.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here. So for everyone, if you go to where it says configure options, you can put in your meeting link right here. So this is your, you can book me, Calendly, schedule once, whatever you use to schedule meetings. And then what will happen is a few things. Number one, in our follow-up email, so let's break this email down so everyone can see it. It says in the subject line, thanks for attending my recent session. And it goes, hi, Joe, whatever their first name is that they put in. Thanks so much for attending my recent session. While giving me your feedback, you indicated interest in booking me to speak for a future event. Is that still the case? Would now be a good time to jump on a call to discuss this more. Now, this is where it gets interesting, okay? It says, let me know by replying to this email with some dates and times you are available. If and only if you have your meeting link put into our system, it will then include this part. Or if it's easier, you can book a time on this calendar, right? So that part of the email will only show up if you have your meeting link put in. If it doesn't, so it'll work either way. And then here it says, if you have your public profile set to public, I said public profile. Yes. If you have your public profile set to public, this link will be put in where it's like, hey, check out my most recent presentation so people can see the impact that you've done in the past. And if you've had a bonus that you were giving out to people, so if someone filled out your feedback flow to get a bonus, if you've uploaded a bonus, they'll get this PS, which is, I also wanted to make sure you can access the bonus I promise. You can get it here, and then we put in a link. If you don't upload a bonus, then this PS will not show up at all in the email. So, so if you upload meeting link and you upload bonus, these things are added. If you don't have meeting link, you don't have bonus, they're automatically not added. So we've figured out all those things on your behalf. So I just want to let you know that, not that you asked that, Brooklyn, but I wanted to make sure you understand all those details of how it works.
I saw this. I saw this in the email. I said, who wrote this? Do I have a secret AV? I don't, virtual as admin that I know VA. I mean, what's going on? So it was fantastic. The other thing too that I noticed that was just outstanding. So yeah, so the mean that's why I was asking, because it said, find it, tell me a time that works. I'm like, well, why not just have the calendar on? That'd be amazing. You already answered that. Basically, what I'm saying, Ariel, is whatever you say, I do. That's it.
Well, I'm so glad that it worked well for you. And I can't tell you how much joy it brings. The joy of getting that email in your inbox when someone's like, yo, I'd like to reach out to you about this. It's the great, there's little joys that happen. Okay. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Brooklyn. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you're
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
To answer some questions in the chat, let me just share my screen one more again here. So right now, so someone said, can you edit the text in it? Right now, you're not allowed to edit the text in these emails. And the reason that I had mentioned earlier is because this email is written to guarantee deliverability. We monitor the deliverability of the emails that go from our system to people's inboxes. When we allow people to edit these come out from our server. So if people would add text that were like flagged words, it would tank the deliverability for everyone. Now, when people reply, by the way, I didn't mention this, but right here it says reply to email. You can add whatever reply to email you want here. So the email goes out from us, like the Talkadot servers, but when they reply to it, it goes to your email. If you would like to edit the content of this email, if you're like, hey, listen, Arel, I like this as a starting point, but I really do want to edit it, that's when we recommend using our Zapier integration, where you can turn on a Zapier integration. You get a free Zapier integration. You don't have to pay for it to use our tool. And it can directly connect Talkadot to any email system you have, like MailChimp or ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign or anything that you might use. And then you can edit it and make it say whatever you'd like and add email sequences. And I actually have my ConvertKit email sequence that I use. Let me see if I can find it. Um, I'm gonna have to find it. I have a link that I created that I can just give y'all so you can see which follow-ups I send. I don't have it pulled up easily. I'd have to log in my account to get it. But that's going to be part of the black box marketing training as well. So like if you want to see like the 6 emails or 5 emails that I send and what's in each one and how they're separated, you can just copy and paste it. Obviously edit it so it doesn't say from Morel, it's from you. But that's basic stuff that I'm sure all you can do. And then the second question I said is it particular to the code? Yes. So Nilu asked, is it particular code? So whatever is the code that someone uses that that bonus is connected to, it'll always give you the bonus that's connected to that code in the follow-up. So you just do your talk, don't even worry about it, and all that logic is built in on your behalf. And Marissa's handling Rebecca's question. Awesome. Jason, what's up, brother?
I actually meant to turn that off because you have answered my question. I was going in under the because at first I was just going to listen, but then Brooklyn just set it off with that, one
Sure.
question about the random email, and then you went into settings and then showed all of the settings. So I, like probably a few other people, went in and turned that bad boy on
I
just to
highly
make
recommend it.
sure.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Um, I do though under the email opt-ins, and of course mine's is set up, or I have my MailChimp set up
Mhm.
for my weekly newsletter. But when I went into create the Zap, I kept it as the free version, first name, last name, set the email, then went to go in to set it up to link my MailChimp chimp to Talkadot.
Yep.
But I don't know Zapier that well. So I don't know how to actually do that. So maybe this isn't the right call to figure out how to link my MailChimp to Talkadot. So whenever people do sign up, that it'll just go straight to my MailChimp as a
Yeah.
opt-in.
So Jason, I just put a link in the chat there that says how to use Talkadot and Zapier. So I have a video where I walk through how to set it all up. So what I would encourage you to do is look at that video. Zapier for sure, it starts getting a little into the technical side of things, right? It's as easy as it can be, but it's still like a tech lift. So one of the things that I'm going to do in the future is a tech deep dive where we're going to do a Zapier, just all things Zapier, and just go really deep into it. If that doesn't help you, you can jump onto that session and then we'll walk through and set all of up for you and we'll record it so people can see how it all works. But that should hopefully give you what you need. But the main thing is to create your tag in, so you have your newsletter in MailChimp. Um, Create a tag for people who get your newsletter. And then all you do is say, when someone comes into Talkadot, tag them to like add this tag to them. And then MailChimp should have the automation that sets it all up. We'll dive into it. I don't want to confuse you. I realize as I'm
Yeah,
explaining it, it
got
might
it,
be more
got it.
confusing than it is. But if you have the tag for your newsletter, all you have to do is say when someone comes into Talkadot, add this tag, and then that tag within um, MailChimp should put them onto your email sequence, and then they should be able to start getting all of your messaging. So there's a little back end of what you have to do with Zapier. There's a little back end of what you have to do with MailChimp, but it's all figure outable. It's all figure outable.
All right, last question then.
Yeah.
What is the pros and cons of having my profile public versus
Yes.
private?
Yeah, so the pros and cons of having so let me share my screen so everyone knows what we're talking about here. So if you scroll all the way down to your profile visibility here, you can make your public profile public. Now, what is your public profile? It looks like this. Now, this is my public profile. So this has a list of all of the feedback that I've gotten from my most recent presentations. I have a little
That's all you
about
got?
section.
Just 5,000? Come on now, Errol. You should
There's
have more than
there's
that.
there's some people in our system that's blowing me out the water. We got. I looked at some accounts and I'm like, golly, I thought I was doing all right in this game, and then people out here killing it. But then it has my most recent talks that I've given, and then it can click on any one of these and see what people are saying about you. So the pro of having this on is that you get this URL right here. This URL I put in my email signature. I do email marketing campaigns with it, and instead of saying like, "Hey, here's an individual report," I say, "See what everyone has to say about me." So that makes it easy. Now that's the pro. It showcases how much I've spoken, where I've spoken. People can look in and see what people are saying. The con of it is if you're the type of person that's like, I don't want anyone to know where I've spoken before. Like I'm a little more like secretive. Like maybe I speak to, I don't know, government agencies, and I can't make this information public. Or maybe I speak to, corporations that make me sign NDAs, and because of that, I don't want that information just all public and willy nilly. The other reason why someone might do it is if you just started using Talkadot, like maybe yesterday, and there's no information on here. You don't want to make that public yet, because if someone goes to it, there's no information on it, and then it looks worse than it does look positive. So typically, once people give about 5 presentations or so, I would recommend turning it on, or you just turn it on and you don't share it with anyone until you're ready to share it with them. But this is a much better tool once you've got a couple of presentations under your belt, because until you do, you just share, like, so if I went to, let's go here, I just gave a talk last week. Let this load right here. So if I have 1 or 2 speaking engagements under my belt, I'm just gonna, oh, I'm just gonna share this report link right here, copy report link. And I'll say, hey, do you wanna see what some recent people just said about me? Here's my recent report. So that works well when you've got a few, but when you got a lot, you don't wanna send 17 links. You just send the one and they can access all of them.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Cool, my pleasure, my pleasure. Anthony No Sweat Mitchell.
Hello. How you
What's
doing?
up, brother?
Nice, how's it going? Nice to see everybody here. A lot of great questions and things I didn't even think about. Well, maybe I should ask that question. But my question was similar to the MailChimp and the other emailing products that are out there. I've been using, prior to finding out about Talkadot, I had been using NowSite.
Okay.
It actually allows you to send out posts. I'm sorry, it allows you to send out posts that you actually have to go into the site. It's an AI product, of course. You go into it and it gets an idea of the type of questions you would ask, the type of post that you would post, and the type of person you are, basically. So it sends out these posts, and I know you had to catch me on it, so I think I kind of should pull back on the post that I actually allow it to send to Talkadot, because it kind of jumps out of the realm of what our rules are, and that was never my intention. But
no, all good.
that's
I didn't know that was an automated AI tool. That's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, you
yeah.
can do crazy things with AI now, man. Thank you for telling me that. Now it makes me curious about the good thing to know is this is the worst AI will ever be. It'll
Right,
only get smarter from here, right?
right.
Yeah.
So integrating it into Talkadot with similar to MailChimp and everything, can you somehow coordinate that, or you're not familiar with that now side AI?
Which site is it?
It's called it's called AI. Now site is the name of the website.
Yeah, so
Very
there's a lot of there's tons of sites out there, and like I'm not familiar with that one in particular, unfortunately. So for me, I use my Zapier almost only for ConvertKit, and ConvertKit is the tool that I use my emails to send out with. So I think anything that you would be interested to do from a technical perspective, there's a couple of options you have. Number one, Fiverr, like just go to Fiverr and be like, hey, I want to get this set up. Who can do it? Upwork. These are
Okay.
2 sites where you can just hire someone to do it temporarily for you.
Right.
And those will be kind of the easiest ways. And then the other thing to do is potentially go on Zapier and see if Zapier has a tutorial for that one. Let's see if Zapier has one. I'm just curious. What was the name of it
Yeah,
one more time?
it's called Now Site, and NOWSITE.com. I can show you if you
Now
like.
Site. Let me see if they integrate with Now Site. Now Site. Uh, no, I'm not. So what I'm doing, just so everyone knows, let me share my screen. So if you go to zapier.com/apps,
Mm,
they'll let you search all of that. So they have 7,331 apps that they're connected by. So like if I put in, like MailChimp, for example, it'll pop up and be like, great, I can connect with MailChimp, or, I want to connect with Talkadot. Great, Talkadot pops up. But when I type in Now Site, it doesn't seem like they're connected, unfortunately. So unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to do anything with Zapier and Now
I
Site.
think they're fairly new too. That's probably
Yeah, and the newer tools, they're not on Zapier yet, unfortunately. Okay. Brooklyn, send me your link in the chat for your calendar, and let me see what I can do with it. All right. Thank you, brother. Let's go to Nilu.
Hello.
What's up?
Okay, I apologize if you already covered this.
You can never, ever, ever ask that question. Every question, even if it's covered, this is the whole reason. I'm just saying that for you and for everyone else. I want you to feel encouraged. Always ask. I love questions. So anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so going back to the question around the public profile, when we were talking first about the email, the auto email. So first of all, that auto email is just a one-time email. There's not a reoccurring email, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so then in part of it, it said if your profile is public, there's something else that's shown to that recipient. Now, what do they see? Do they see just the feedback results of that particular session?
Yes. So okay. So let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. View email template and share my screen. Boop 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 boop. Okay. So this email right here. So if you have your profile turned on to public, there's going to be this link which says see my most recent feedback, and this link will go to this page right here. So it goes to this link right here, which is your public profile URL. And here they can see all of the past presentations that you've had.
Okay.
Yes. Now,
oh, sorry.
I can give you a little hack, if you will. I'm going to show you how to hack. I'm going to show you how I hack my own system. Okay. So let's say you give a presentation and you don't want it to show up in your public profile, right? You gave it, and maybe it was like, you know, for whatever reason, maybe it was like, oh, it was a church group and I don't want my church stuff showing up, but I did want to get feedback, but I don't want the church group showing up because I speak mostly to corporations and I want to throw them off, whatever it might be. All you have to do is, I'll show you because I did this recently for illustrative purposes. Right here, do you see this event on May 3rd? I didn't add the talk title. So the group that I spoke to was Hostos, right? And I didn't add the talk title. And by not adding the talk title, our system will say, don't add that to the profile. So you'll see on May 3rd here, it doesn't show up, the hostess presentation. So if there's ever a presentation you didn't want to have show up on your public profile, all you could simply do is, you know, say Nilou's talk title. I'm just making this up for illustrative purposes. So what I would do is I would take this report. Once it loads, oh Lord, why you, okay, come on, internet, thank you. Right, download my report, download my images, send this to my client, send it to the people that I need to send it to. Then I would go back here and go to edit, and then just delete the talk title completely, and then hit save changes. And then hostess won't show up in my public profile, but I can still get the images that I need, and I can still send it ahead of time. So that's just a little way of hacking the system, if you will.
Okay. And in this public profile, your money is not included, like your rate.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. That's all personal information.
Okay. Also, sorry, one more question is around the training that you're going to be doing. And I know there's 3 sessions. Will those be recorded and shared with everyone if we can't make them?
Yeah, so for all of the pro users, you'll get access to the recordings and to the SOPs. For the light users, you can attend the free, you're not a light user, but light users can attend the free sessions, the live sessions for free. So if you can't attend any of them as a pro user, you get access to the recordings.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Got your back. All right, we got Scott.
Our early adopter, as you know, adapter. I still love it. Talkadot's been great. Thank you. The way that you've moved it forward and people have helped you, and it's done wonderful. I have a couple of questions. Hi, Biz. First one is the automatic email that we can send out now, thanks to you. You do that automatic email, correct?
That's right.
But you also have an email campaign.
Yes.
On top of that.
So that email campaign is separate from the automatic emails. Yeah.
Right, we do the email campaign, but we haven't sent out the separate email. May I ask if you're willing to share, what are you seeing better responses to? The first poof afterwards email that you write for all of us, for you, or your 5 or 7 email
Yeah.
campaigns?
So it's a great question. I don't have hard metrics to be like, we have, 15% response rate on email to 22 response rate. I should get that. I don't have that. My mindset is people will respond when they respond. So they're either going to get the first one or the second one or the third one. So I just did a conference, for example, on May 30th, and people have been getting an email, and I send one out every 2 days. So we're still getting responses from that sequence right now. So my mindset is it's better to have a sequence and let it run its course than to rely on one, because typically what I find is with the follow-up initial email, you will capture a percentage of the people, but some people, they just got back,
Oh, yeah.
their emails flooded because they were away at an event. They're not thinking about me, even though they really like me. They need that, like, oh, I'm so glad you sent that email because it's Monday a week later and I have the bandwidth. So I don't have a hard number, unfortunately, but I just
That's good.
believe
No,
in it.
good answer. How many days after the event does the email go out? Not the campaign, but the one email.
Yeah, the one email goes out the next day at 9 in the morning, roughly. And the reason why we do it that way is because if people get the email that same day, they may still be
yeah.
at the conference. So
Of
we want to
course.
send it the next day when they come back to hopefully get more Brooklyn experiences.
Gotcha. All right. One more question.
Yep.
Can you show me where on Talkadot, Sarah, my assistant, isn't on the call, but I want to show her because I know she knows that. I know we can kind of customize our question, right?
Yes.
That we want to ask them. Can you just show me, because I want to bop in there and make sure I know what I'm doing as well.
Absolutely. Let me share my
I
screen.
appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, so on your home screen here, you go to add another Talkadot code right here. This is to add a new one. If you want to edit one that currently exists, you just want to click on these 3 dots and click edit. Okay, so you're either adding a new one or editing an existing one. So I'll just go to edit here. So, oh, by the way, did everyone know that we rolled this feature out? Did everyone know about this? Let me point this out real quick. This was a feature request that many people had. You now have 3 options for how you collect leads. This isn't your question, Scott, but I just want to make sure everyone knows this.
I'll take it.
You can either collect leads and email addresses, meaning you ask people in your flow, do you book speakers? Would you like to book a rel? You can only do email addresses, where you collect people's email addresses, but you don't ask them, do you book speakers? Would you like to book a rel? And then you have a third option, where is you don't collect email addresses and you don't ask if they book speakers. So I just wanted to point that out, because previously we only had 2 options, which was you either collected or you didn't. But we had so many requests of people saying, I don't want to ask if they book speakers, but I do want to collect their email addresses. What do I do? And previously we couldn't. So anyway, I just wanted to point it out because this is a new feature that's pretty cool. So
I like it.
Okay, cool. So you do this. You want to hit next and go to advanced settings. And when you hit next, step 4 and step 5 is where you can do some customization.
Got it.
So you're actionable, engaging, interactive, inspiring, relevant. That's kind of the default. But let's say, I don't do an interactive talk. So you don't want to be measured on how interactive you are. You just click the drop down, and then you can choose from any of these words in our word bank. So maybe you want to choose powerful as an example. And maybe you don't do inspiring because you're more like hard facts person. So you want to do practical. So you can just add that word there. If there's ever a word you really want that's not, just let us know and maybe we can go ahead and add it.
Okay.
And then you can add an
it
additional
is.
question
Okay.
in step 5. So one of the things that I've been doing recently is asking for people's mailing address for certain events. Because I'm going to play around with a little bit of direct mail campaigns. So, you can put in, whatever you want here. So what is your preferred physical mailing address, something like that. And if I spelled correctly, oh Lord, have mercy. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So then you can add that additional question here. And then once you hit preview flow, We recommend just going through it and making sure it looks the way that you want it to look and all of the words here are relevant. And then when it does, you just put looks good, download slide, and you're good to go.
Perfect.
In the near future, a
Hmm.
few things are going to be happening, which I think will be helpful for everyone. One is we're going to have a lot more customization available. So you're going to be able to delete questions. You're going to be able to add questions. You're going to be able to change the question.
Cool.
So we're going to have a lot more customization because that's like the biggest request that we get now. And then this,
Oh, was that out loud? Was that out loud? Okay.
we got your back. We are building towards all of your needs as best we
I
can.
love it. I love it.
And then the second
I'm
thing
with
we're
you,
going to
Brooklyn.
do, we're going to be releasing a new dashboard on our homepage. And we're building it in a way that should theoretically, and I really do believe, should make it easier for people to go in with less training and know where everything is. We're going to have a persistent sidebar on the left that's always all of the steps that you might want to take. It's just always there. And then you can navigate on the front screen. So instead of having the clicking to access, it's always available. So that'll be coming out soon, and it should help folks like your assistant be able to go in and be like, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, baby.
Always improving. Thank you.
That's what we're trying to do, man. Thanks for being here. Are you going to be at Influence this year?
I just depends on if I get a yes or no from someone. So
I
I'm
know-
kind of
I know how
on the
that goes.
fence. I'm
If you-
registered, but if it's a yes, gotta
You
take
gotta
the
go, you gotta go to the speaking engagement. But if not, I look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely.
Influence.
It'd be
I'll
good.
definitely be there. All right, let's go, Melissa.
Hey, Rel.
How are you?
I'm well. I do not have a technical question. I have a what would you do question.
Yeah.
First, I have to say for everyone else, if you have not listened to a Rel's episode of the Speaker Flow podcast, whose name is escaping me right now.
Taylor Austin.
Yes, Taylor and Austin's podcast. He talks about how he introduces Talkadot in his talks. And I just used it like 2 weeks ago. And when I tell you, like, I've been getting like 10 responses, 18 responses. I got about a 50% response rate when I use that. I share that because it's relevant to my question. Coming up this week, I have a talk where I will be spending the first hour in an auditorium with the audience, and they're just seated and it's a regular talk. And then I will be taking all of them into the gymnasium next door to do some like team building type of activities, right? These are all like 18 to 25-year-olds. When would you do your intro and your please take my survey? Would you do it still in the room while they're a captive audience, or would you do it in the gymnasium? I can have a screen in the gymnasium. I'm just a little afraid that once I get over there and like the energy's up and they're running all around the gymnasium, that I'm going to lose their attention, even if I place it before the last game or whatever. So
100%. Yeah. So
When
I've
would
been in
you
that
do it?
exact same situation before, like literally to the T of what you just said. So here's what I would do, and here's what I've done in the past. I would do it during my keynote. So when you have everyone in that room before you go into the team building exercises, I would do your keynote, introduce it, grab the data, then I would bring them to the room. Now you have a choice that you can make at this point. The choice is, do you even get feedback for that second room? Because if it's going to be pandemonium, which it might be, right? Because I've done things where it's like, jump around and high five people and chest bump them and throw the beach ball and hit them with the hula hoop and go through the hula hoop and do the human knot, right? Like I've done all that, and it's absolutely chaos. It's organized and structured, but it's chaos, right? So you have a choice where once you've got the first one, that's really the juice, right? You could do it again for the second one, and you may get a lower response rate, but you're doing totally different activities. So you would want to make sure that the second slide is a different question flow than the first one.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Because if you're doing a lot of team building stuff, you don't want to ask questions on like, was it inspiring? Because maybe it's not really inspiring. It's more, is it interactive? Is it memorable? Is it, maybe energizing or something like that, right? Like you want to use words that are more towards less of a keynote and more of a team building. So that's whatever point I'm making here. So that's one point. And if it goes well and you do the second one and you get good like response rates, you can share the second one. You have the option. But the first one probably is going to be where the juice is at. Unless you get some crazy good feedback on the second one that you're like, oh, I got to share that as well. So I like to live through the fence of like, I'll have the second one, I'll have it locked and loaded. And if the mood is right, I'll pull it up. And if the mood is like, it's crazy banana monkey time, then I got my data from the first one. So I'm happy and I'm good. So that's how I've played it.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Perfect
Yeah.
answer.
Knock it out the park. Molly!
Hey, Ralph.
What up?
So I just gave us, it's not called just, I gave a speech a month ago and I got a few leads. And I'm wondering if you have ever had experience of converting leads from breakouts to keynote. I don't think, basically, I don't think any one of the, any lead I got was a decision maker for keynotes.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, like, if you know how to do it or like the timing, like that, because it's been over a month and I don't know when they book keynotes, and I don't know who the decision maker is.
Have you had any points of contact with them since the talk yet?
Not yet.
Okay. So the first thing is more for the future than for this one. Then I'll tell you what to do for this one. So number one, the quicker you can contact people, the better. The story that I'm going to tell you is the story that a mentor told me. It's a little off color, but I've never forgot it because I think it is off color. When a dog is in heat, there's only one thing the dog wants to do, right? But when a dog is not in heat, they're not interested. Your audience, after they hear you speak, they're in heat for you, right? So like, oh my gosh, I just had this incredible experience with Molly. She told me this, she told me that. It's like I'm in heat because it's so amazing. Every day that you don't interact with me, I lose a little bit of that heat, and then I just become normal everyday Arel. And then it's like, Molly, who are you, Molly? What? Oh, yeah. You spoke at the thing. And then they might like confuse you with another speaker. So like when someone's in heat is the best time to interact with them. Now, the next thing that I would do if I were you, and let me pull up an example because I just did, I call this a check-in email. Let me see if I can find one. Hold on. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh Lord, I gotta remember who I sent it to. Hold on. We're actually gonna go deep into this subject a little bit in the black box training. Oh, Modi, where did you? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to pull this up as quickly as I want. Hold on, give me 10 more seconds. Wait, if I don't find it in 10 seconds, I'll show you what I did. All right. Found it. Found it. Okay. And it worked too, which is wonderful. Okay. Here it is. Let me show y'all. Okay. So in your case, what I would do is I would send an email and I would say, hey, whomever, it's been a while since we connected. This is a person who I connected with last year. And then I do this. I was one of the keynote speakers, picture attached in the PS in case you need a friendly reminder. Right? So
I love the friendly reminder.
Yeah, I put a picture of like me and my slide deck. I put a picture of me, and I put a picture of like me holding the agenda, pointing to myself because I was the keynote speaker, right? Like I want them to be like, I know who that dude is. You know what I mean? Like, right? So, and then I said, while I was reviewing the feedback, and I put a link to the Talkadot, and this is the link to the event that they gave feedback on. So what I'm trying to do is basically make sure that they're like, I know exactly who this is. I don't want them to be like, who's this guy, or who's Molly, who is she, blah blah blah. So I put a picture. I linked to the report so they can see what it was about. And then I say the reason why I'm reaching out. So I was like, hey, I was recently booked to speak at the Georgia Apartment Association. And since you work with the National Association, I'd love to, see if I could bring this to event to you. So what I would do in your particular case, first question is, do you have a picture of yourself from that event speaking or something?
I accidentally forgot to take pictures of myself.
Okay.
But yeah,
do you have any picture? Did you do any selfies or anything? Or
I took a picture of the audience, but not myself.
you took a picture of the audience and not yourself. Okay, no
Yeah.
worries. Was there a program, and was there a program with you listed in the program?
Yes, I have the program. Yeah.
You do have okay. So what I would do?
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Sorry, Molly, you can unmute yourself. I couldn't tell who was. I had to. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what I would do in your particular case is I would take a picture of the program or screenshot of the program where you spoke, and I would say, hey, person, Molly here. I did this session. Here's a picture of the session at this conference. It was so wonderful. Here's how beautiful you all look from stage, and then maybe you insert like the image of the picture, and then say, hey, when I was looking through my feedback, and you link to your Talkadot report, I noticed that you had mentioned you were interested in potentially bringing me in to speak or introducing me to someone from your organization. I just wanted to check in to see if it made sense for us to have a conversation about that now. That's kind of the main gist of it. I wanted to check in. So you say, here's who I am, remind them who you are, use a picture, use your Talkadot link, and then say, I noticed that you mentioned some interest in either booking or connecting me with someone. I'd like to see if it makes sense for us to talk now. Now, as a rule of thumb, most people book speakers 6 to 9 to 12 months in the future, as a rule of thumb. So someone you talk to now will book you for end of the year, maybe fall, like maybe November, maybe early, and then maybe next year, right? That's just kind of how it works. So there's no real way to time. There's no like singular season when everyone's booking speakers. It's a rolling thing. It's always happening. You're trying to catch that timing. So what you're trying to do is reach out and go, hey, does now make sense? And then people might respond like this person. Let me, look, I don't want to share their personal, hold on, let me. Okay, so, I'm trying to, okay, hold on. There's no, hold on, I don't want to share this person. They didn't give me permission to share their personal information. Let me just take a screenshot because I can give you a perfect example of what a response is. Hold on. By the way, this template email that I send out that's been working really, really well for me. Everyone who joins the black box training, you'll get that. You're gonna get access to that. So that'll be nice. Okay, let me share with you what it looks like. Let me just make sure I'm not sharing anyone's personal information that did not give me permission. Okay, great. Can you see this little screenshot that I took right here?
Yes.
Okay, so this person said, hello, Rel, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I usually look at keynote options for the upcoming planning year in October. I would recommend you reach out to me then with some qualifications. I'm currently feverishly working on our big annual event for 12,000 attendees, and it's a bit crazy, but would love to hear more in October. So what I know is I reached out to this person in June, and they go, I'm not even thinking about booking people until October. So then I go into my calendar and I make a note that says follow up with Clark like October 3rd. I put their email, I give myself a little note, and then I forget about it until my calendar reminds me it's time to follow up. So the most important thing, and I'm kind of repeat myself, is remind them of who you are, ask them is now a good time, and if not, when is, and then just see how they respond.
All right. Okay. Sounds great. I'll do that. And I know if I remember it correctly, I believe you also have an email template for to like a pitching as a keynote speaker, right? I
Yes.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's in the if you go to the boop 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 boop. Great. If you go into the let me just share my screen one more time. The Talkadot community here. So do you access this, right? I've seen you in here before.
Yes.
Yeah. So just go down to where it says Talkadot Pro and go into Pro Resources. And then you'll be able to see, like, here's post-event follow-up sequences. Here's how you access stuff. Here's the email templates, where to go, like the email templates. So everything that you need that's a resource for pro users, you just click Pro Resources, and it's all sitting there waiting for you to use it, squeeze all the juice you can out of it.
Fabulous. I'll definitely do that. Yeah. Thank you
And
so much.
my pleasure. And I'll post this link for anyone who's like, oh, I'm gonna get confused, I don't know how to get access to it. You can just click on that link and it'll take you over to our pro resource section, and it's got all the cool pro resources for everybody to use.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Got your back. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm gonna take a screenshot of everybody. I need to do that for the so in the Circle community, we've got images that we get to post to people. So I want to do a screenshot. Yeah, that's really good. Whatever you're doing, Rick, I'm a fan of that. If you have your phone off, your camera off, and you would like to turn it on, please do it real quick. If you don't want to turn it on, maybe you got warrants, maybe you didn't do your hair, I'm not going to judge. It's a non-judgmental zone here, okay? If you want to keep your camera off, that's your prerogative. But if you want to turn it on, turn it on. I'm going to do a quick picture. Here we go. Count to three. Give me big smiles and/or do what Rick's doing. Ooh, I like what Casey did. That was good. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to post that in the Circle community so people could be like, oh, look at all those good-looking Talkadot users. It's amazing. Cool. Rick, do you have a question, or are you just raising your hand?
I do have a question.
Okay.
I think you covered it a little bit earlier. Hello to everybody, by the way. I'm Rick. Question for you was this. I heard you say that coming forward soon, we will probably have the ability to customize certain things in regards to the questions. And my question specifically has to do with what I think I'm seeing a pattern of. I just received an email a couple minutes ago, and the person was a referral lead that came off of Talkadot. And they said in their email, I was answering the question as in I would refer you as a speaker, but I'm not referring you to a specific thing. And I feel like that's come up several times now. I don't currently have the option to change that wording, do I?
Currently, no, but soon, yes. So yeah, so that's great feedback, right? So they could say like, oh, I would love to refer to you if I could in a hypothetical scenario in which I have the ability to, but not that I have the current ability to, right? So how people are interpreting that is actually really, really helpful for us to know, because that might make us go, okay, that's a good data point. Maybe we can change some of the language there. But in the future, in the soon future, you will be able to change that so that it can say whatever you'd like it to say.
Awesome. And will we be able to change the number of questions that we're asking?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That is, like, just so everyone knows, that is the biggest request that we get right now. So we are working diligently on that to make sure. The biggest thing that we have to do, the reason why we just haven't rolled it out, is we want to make sure that your reports can still populate. Like, so what do we do if we have less answers, or if we have more answers, if they've changed answers? So we're working through all of the logic to make sure that the same way your reports instantly just go poof and they work, they'll instantly go poof when you have all the customization. So lots of fun stuff that goes into it. But yes, we are going to have that. Oh, thank you, Marissa, in the chat. I'm going to ask everyone to do, oh man, please do this, because this is literally what we do. Hold on. I'm gonna get the link here. I'm gonna get the link right now. There's a really long Google link there. We just created a searchable way for people to find Talkadot on Google. So if you type in Talkadot, yeah, right next to the dispensary. That's how it goes down in these streets. So if you click on that link, you can leave a review for Talkadot. If you would be so kind to leave a review, 5 stars is a wonderful number. You do whatever you want to, because I can't legally tell you what to do. But go ahead and leave a review. It just helps as people are discovering Talkadot to know that we're not some randos who don't care about you. We care. and we're real, and you're speakers who are real. So if you could be so kind and click on that link and leave a Google review. Thank you, Marissa, for putting that, reminding me. That would be wonderful. We've got like 3 reviews right now. So if we can get some more and not seem like we're the kid at lunch that nobody wants to sit next to, that kid probably grew up to be a CEO of a company somewhere. That analogy is already broken down as I tried to use it. Anyway, the point is, leave a review. I would appreciate it. And thank you all for joining us. Any questions? We got about 5 more minutes or so we can either end early or you can leave some reviews. But reviews is what we do. So wherever we can get positive reviews, it helps us interact with the world in a better place. So if you have some questions, I'll hold the space, let you write those reviews. And if not, I can't wait to see everybody on our next AMA or our Black Blocks training. Our first event is June 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to RSVP. I highly recommend bringing a friend because it's just more fun to do it with someone. So if you have someone within Talkadot, make sure you're doing it with them. If you don't have someone within Talkadot, invite them to get at least the free account so that they can get access to this info and you can work with them. Thank you, Cassie. Is it Cassie or Kate? Oh, I'm going to feel so self-conscious. Which one is it?
Okay, it's Cassie. No problem.
Cassie.
You got it.
I knew that. How did you, do you have custom responses? How did you do
No,
that?
this is just magical latest version of Zoom.
I don't have those.
You know
Wait
what?
a minute.
We have React down at the bottom and it has like a sideways heart.
No.
So
What?
update your Zoom because they changed it and you can send your reactions with an effect now. And it looks great. Yeah, Siobhan's got it.
What? I don't have.
So cool.
I don't have those. I'm gonna upgrade Zoom as soon as we get off.
I know.
I got this one. Hold on. This is the one I have. This is probably old hat at this point. Hold on.
Not all users get it. It's beta testing still. So Casey and Siobhan are probably like, and now.
Oh, they're cool kids. I got
yeah,
that
you guys are
one.
Cooler.
I got this. This is like old hat. Everyone knows about this. Used to be
Oh
very
my
novel.
gosh, that's so I love that. Yeah,
That
I
used
love
to be
that.
very-
Is that,
you
what
get
is that, a
this one.
virtual background? That's like a movie? Or what was that? Oh, yeah.
No, this is if you have Mac. I don't know what this is officially called, but if you have Mac, there's like a green camera on the top of your screen, and then you can click on that, a drop down, and you could turn a reaction on.
Okay.
And then they have like this one. They got this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
They also have this one. This is always a fun one when you disagree with someone.
It's like amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have those. I'm gonna get those.
I
was
know.
cool.
It's make me very happy.
Man. Golly, wait, hold on. Let me see if I could do it. Nope. They didn't do it.
Oh,
I
no.
got the old
Aurel, you
one.
should
I
have
could
an
get on the
email
Mac,
for
too.
me in your email box, Aurel.
Oh, I'm gonna go check it out right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Siobhan's trying to make it work. You gotta I turned mine off.
Oh, maybe
You
it's
see-
the background.
Wait, do you see where it says Zoom on the all the way at the top? Is there a green like camera?
Mm-hmm.
You clicked on it and then you click reactions?
Oh, I didn't click on it.
Click on that, and do you see a drop down that says Portrait Studio Light Reactions?
I just see standard and voice isolation on mine.
Ooh. Now you lost me. I don't see that on mine. I see. Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. I'll tell you. I'm gonna do this quick screenshot. I'm gonna put it into the chat there,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to see. In addition to Talkadot, we also do Zoom things.
I know.
All right, here we go. Uploading the screenshot.
No, do you want me to show you how to show your screen, your Zoom windows?
Hold on. Yes.
Have
Let
to
me
do-
just send that. Boom. All right. That's the thing, the green button that so in the chat is the green button I was referring. If you can show me how to do it, I want to see it. Who was that? You, Cassie?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do it?
Well, I can show you how to show your Zoom screen. And then another thing, because you're on the Mac, so it's going to be different.
Yep.
But you know when you go into your, go to the video settings,
Mm-hmm.
which then takes you to the settings for the whole meeting,
Yep.
share screen.
Yep.
Do you have an option that says show my Zoom windows to other participants when I'm screen sharing?
Oh my. I don't see that. Hold on.
Sometimes the Mac has different options, you know, but
Scale to fit, zoom, side by side, share individual windows, share all windows, automatically share desktop. No, I don't see
it'd
that
be
one.
right under scale to fit. Show my Zoom windows to others when I screen share.
I'm gonna do another
Another
screenshot of
screenshot.
mine.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm gonna upload mine here and then tell me if mine is the same or same but different. All right, in the chat,
Let me
that's
see.
what I see when I go to
Oh
that
yeah, okay, it's different. So you're
different.
and you're using the full Zoom app. You're not on the web version of the app, right?
No, I'm on the app. Yeah.
Yeah, so it must just be a Mac lesser than option, as is typical for all online meeting software. I'm sorry.
It's not a lie. It's not
Not
untrue.
allowed. Yeah,
It's not untrue. So
not untrue. Yeah.
anywho's, if you have apparently a PC, you can share your Zoom, and if you have a
Yeah.
Mac, you can't. So
Yeah, if you
that's the
ever want to see
TLDR.
yeah.
But if you do have a Mac, and again, I don't know if PC has that option. On that first image, there's like a green little camera next to the Zoom, and then you turn on reactions, and then you've got, again, you got the heart, you got the 2 thumbs up, you got the rocker. These are the only ones I know about. And you got the no, I didn't like it. I'm gonna go thumbs down. But yours is cool. I'm gonna have to upgrade. You just hold it. You gotta like hold it there, Siobhan. Just hold it steady. I don't know.
I saw it somewhere else where it said under React, recognize hand gestures, but it's not working for me.
No, recognize hand gestures is different.
That's different.
Yeah, recognize hand gestures. You wanna that's on the bottom of your screen on your main bar. That's a different thing than what I'm doing.
All right, fine.
You got to go on the top. Yeah.
It's not
This is
working.
outside my skill set. I'm gonna what's under advanced? Wait, what? What's that question? Someone said what's under advanced?
So on the screenshot that your latest screenshot, there's
Yeah.
an advanced link under the bottom of those listings.
Oh, let me see.
It might be under advanced.
Let me see. I'm clicking on it. No. It says optimize quality video with super resolution, use hardware acceleration for receiving video, use hardware acceleration for sending video.
Okay, we tried.
We tried. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Listen, y'all, thank you for being here. We officially over the midway part of the 2:00 hour. I'm gonna see all of y'all hopefully soon. Again, AMA next week and the Black Box training June 24th, 4 p.m. We have 3 sessions. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm working on a little surprise for y'all. So make sure to attend because you're not gonna want to miss the surprise. If all goes well, it'll be chef's kiss. It will be Gordon Ramsay, not nailed it. That doesn't make sense unless you watch Netflix shows. So, all right, I'm gonna hang up here. I'm gonna see you later. Thank you, Amani. I'm gonna respond to your email.
Appreciate
Peace out.
everything.